Alright guys, so here we go with another video. Hope you enjoyed my little intro there. But today we are looking at knives, and as you can see I have 3 of them here. Fairly popular knives. You may have seen a review on them already. 2 that are kind of titans of everyday carry here. We do have your Spyderco PM2. That's my little Spidey flick. And then we have your Griptilian by Benchmade. That was actually horrible. Pretend that didn't happen. There we go with that access lock. I'm going to try that again, this time with my thumb. Bloop. Nice and open. And then we do have our K-bar Becker. Pop that guy out. So as you can see, Becker-Necker's gotten quite a bit of use already. This is the guy I don't mind kind of beating up, hammering down on. I have built a little fire with him, pushing through some pressure-treated wood. Didn't cook over it, so don't worry, I'm not burning marshmallows with formaldehyde. But we needed to get a fire going. We had a bunch of wood kind of stockpiled, so I'll go ahead and jump into a little picture of that now. Alright, so hopefully if everything worked there in post, you saw a little picture, maybe even a little video of me kind of using this guy. This guy is on me pretty much all day, every day. Take him off when I go to lay down, wake up, pop him on. That way I always have something on me. And if you watched my first video, you saw why that is and why I'm now a neck knife guy. But this thing is awesome. Slices nicely. Like I said, it has had some use already, so I'm not even sure how sharp it is now. I'll try the paper test with it, which, to be honest, every time I try a paper test on camera, I do horrible. So, okay, that guy wasn't too bad. Let's see, this one's already kind of cut up, but oh no. There you go, a couple slices. Anyways, I'm horrible at it. Whatever. This guy does a job. It is about 40 bucks too, I believe. I'll actually throw some numbers on there right now because I can't remember exactly which steel it is. But yeah, that's kind of my heavy use if I got something to do that I may have to hammer down on it or maybe dig in a little bit. Nice size tip there. Let's see if we can get it to focus in. I mean, this guy could take some abuse. If you want to compare it to something like your PM2 here, you can see there's a little bit of a difference there. So this guy can take some abuse, which is well, I'm kind of digging it. Now these 2 guys, the titans of everyday carry here, I would say. Started out with a Griptilian about a month ago, and not this one specifically. That's a funny story actually, how I got this guy. Well, I might as well go into that now, right? So I was looking for knives. I was looking for my knife, specifically this one, because I know that I wanted to do a video, and I could not find it. I'm looking all over the house, digging through stuff, checking out in the car, did it fall out of my pocket? And my wife, my wife goes, which knife exactly was it that you were looking for? And so I try to explain the Griptilian and kind of what it looks like, and yeah, she said, I may have borrowed one of your knives. Let me go check outside to see if I can find it. And well, lo and behold, she was not able to find it. It broke my heart. It was a horrible thing, and she could see that. I was almost crying, and she told me to go get another one. So obviously that was a joke about almost crying and whatnot, but my wife's awesome. So she let me go ahead and get another Griptilian, which is this guy. The first one I had was black scales and a satin finish. It wasn't coated. Now, one thing that I've noticed that's definitely different between this one and the satin blade is that, it's actually, let's see, it'll probably, nope, see, little bit of a wiggle to get it to drop. So it's a little stiffer with the coating on there. Now, brand new, this thing, I mean, this thing would not even barely flip open. It was not crunchy, it was very tight. So I know I can loosen up the pivot, but I wanted to actually try to wear it in a little bit. And after about a day or so flicking, now I can go in and out, no problem. I can go ahead and use my thumb, in and out, good to go. So it's nice and smooth. But I do have a story about the first one that I got, so maybe it's time to talk about that a little bit. All right, so time to talk about my first Griptilian, the one that went missing. That, to be honest, I was very happy did go missing because I had kind of messed it up. Within the first week, actually, I would say, I used it downstairs in the basement because we were having an issue with the dryer and the clothes were getting all tangled up. They were connected to the door, kind of entangled up. I couldn't quite see how it was connected, but I thought, hey, clothes, fabric, I can just use the Griptilian, cut it on through, you know, finally get some use out of my knife that I've been kind of carrying and playing with and trying to baby. And I didn't really want to wreck, but yeah, it looks like tangled up inside of the clothing was a wire that looked something like this. I'll go ahead and pop it up over here. Actually, we'll do a big screen so you can kind of see. It was just a nice wire mesh that I didn't quite realize was there. So I'm going like this, and I'm going, and I'm working, and I'm working, and I'm working, and I'm realizing that it's not cutting. And yeah, unfortunately, that's because I was grinding my blade against this nice steel mesh that just blunted the crap out of this thing. So, like you all know, well, or maybe you don't, but Benchmade actually has this Lifesharp program, which is pretty cool. You can send your knife away for, it cost me about 12 bucks to get it down to them. It got to them in a couple of days. They took a look at it and kicked it back very quickly. Like I said, not this one, but if I'm honest, I wasn't 100% happy with the way it returned to me. It kind of came back to me blunted. Still, I could notice little chips kind of here and there that were there before. Now, I've heard great things about this Lifesharp program. I've heard people say that they've replaced whole blades just because it was kind of worn on the finish. If I'm honest, I mean, it happened during the coronavirus stuff that was going on, so maybe they had a skeleton crew there and they were just kind of trying to work their way through the knives. Maybe mine got flushed through kind of quickly, but it did not come back to me sharp. If I'm honest, it really, I was a little disappointed there, but I'm not giving up on Benchmade. So this is my second one. It is definitely sharp. We'll see if I can do the paper test on camera, although I tend to fail. Let's see. Oh yeah, look at that. Beautiful. All right, don't even have to try. No, except for that one, whatever. But yeah, that guy will push right on through, which is nice. And let's go on to number 2. Took me a little time to do this, so I'm gonna show off because boom, Spidey flick one more time. Actually, different finger. Woo! One more time. We'll do one more because yeah, as you can see, I've been playing around with this thing, so this is fun. The action on this is nice. It's smooth. Again, not quite drop free, which again well, not again, but which I know doesn't mean anything really, as long as it actually flicks out and has a nice smooth action. Good to go. I just I kind of enjoyed my first Benchmade when I would just do this and it would just kind of drop free and wobble a bit, but from what I've been told or what I've found, it's just the coating on knives sometimes will make it a little tight. And I'm assuming, you know, maybe after a year or so that'll wear down. But this guy, when I got this, I mean, it was sharp. And haven't used it too much, but this is a slicer right here. I'm not going to lie. Let me see if I can do a paper test on this guy. I mean, this guy is ridiculous. I mean, when I'm jamming up, it's because I'm kind of hitting that thing. Otherwise, it just wants to go all the way through. Yeah, whatever. This guy, it comes to you sharp. It's a little thin, even compared to the Griptilian. You can see, yeah, it's a thinner tip. So I tend to use the Griptilian just kind of as my do-all kind of blade that I'm not too worried about. Kind of, I'm not bashing on the back of this one and trying to break down logs, but this is more of my do-everything blade, just because it's a little thicker, but slicey, dicey box opening. Maybe even like tonight I carried this out because I was kind of going to a 7-Eleven around the corner. It's dark and if I had to do something, to be honest, I would prefer this for self-defense. Just got a nice, good grip on there. My thumb pushes up there nicely. I mean, you can really hold on to this thing. Now, that's not to say that you can't do the same with the Griptilian. It I get a good grip on it. I do, definitely. I just feel like the ergonomics of the Spyderco PM2 with that large grip on there, and the G10 as well. The G10, I mean, they did really good with that, where it gives you a nice grip, doesn't slip, but at the same time, I don't feel like I'm tearing up my hands. So I don't know. There's just something about it. If I were to get in some sort of need for a defensive weapon and I had to choose between the two of my everyday carry blades, I'm going with the PM2 there. So that was just a kind of a quick look at the EDC blades that I've collected so far on my knife journey. I mean, I'm only about 2 months into this as far as diving into knives, but I'm enjoying it. I'm learning a lot, and I'm picking up some cool pieces, I got to say. So prior to this, the most I ever spent on a knife was maybe $60 on like a buck 110, the folding hunter there. But yeah, I'm delving into it. If you guys have anything, any suggestions, maybe a suggestion to get this to kind of drop free a little more. Of course, that time it actually worked, but when I try to wiggle it, I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, it kind of drops, but my satin blade, I mean, it would hang down there and flop, and you could wiggle it back and forth, which kind of sounds a little silly. I'm gonna pretend I didn't just say that. I'm enjoying this smooth action. Hopefully next time, if I ever have to send it in, I'll get a sharp knife back. And that's about it. If I had to suggest one blade, if you had to pick one out of these three to have, I probably would go with the Griptilian. It's a great dual blade. I like the shape. It's, you know, it's just thick enough. Like, here's the thing. The PM2 is super slicey and dicey, but there's just something that feels like it can't quite handle the same amount of abuse as the Griptilian would. Now, this guy, I mean, this thing's outstanding. I gotta be honest. I love pulling this guy out just to do just about anything. Got a little bottle opener on the back, but it's a neck knife. It's not quite as handy as having something in your pocket. This is more just so I always have a blade on me, and if I do need to do anything a little bit heavier duty, Griptilian probably gets my choice for overall blade. But like I said, drop a comment, question, suggestions. Let me know. If you have any knife wisdom or blade guidance there for maybe my next pickup, let me know what you'd like to see. And thanks for watching. This is another rugged regular guy review. Peace.